Hey, what's happening, everybody? It's Sunday. It's time to talk about nutrition, and I've been thinking about it for all of 5 minutes because yesterday my boy Jordan Leavitt went out in the UFC and got his first real knockout against a guy who had won 9 of his last 10 with his only loss being a split decision to a UFC veteran, an incredible striker, an incredibly durable kid, a really tough up-and-coming prospect, and Jordan got his first real knockout, ended the dude in less than half a round. So I'm still on cloud 9. I don't even know what to say. I still got to wear the shirt, and I'm wearing the shirt underneath it too. I'm wearing both of them for sure. Like, I washed them last night. I didn't want to take the stank off them because I didn't want to do it. Like, it's been amazing, but I washed them, but got to wear them again today because I woke up and the first thing I thought about is I got to wear that fight kit again. Like, that was one of the coolest experiences, if not the coolest experiences of my life. Watching my one of my best friends change his life, man. Not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry on my YouTube channel. Might a little bit. Might have a little bit. Didn't cry, and I'm not crying. Okay, good. So now I want to talk about a nutrition thing because as much as I just want to sit there and watch the replay of the fight for the 1000th time, I actually have an obligation to fulfill to myself and to all 5 of you who watch this. So let's talk about omega-3 fatty acids. Let's talk about where to get them from, what to take, how much to take, why to take it, what it helps, and how to think about these in a little bit better of a manner. So I guess let's get started. I don't really know. Okay, let's do it. So first off, with omega-3 fatty acids, I'm sorry, vegans, but we're going to be talking about fish oil right now, and I promise you I'm going to circle around to a vegan option that's equivalent. I promise. But for now, we're going to talk about fish oil. And with fish oil in particular, the reason why we're talking about that as opposed to plant sources of omega-3s is because of the forms of omega-3. So omega-3 acids are found in their natural form in fatty fish, fish eggs, grass-fed meats, grass-fed dairy. They're found in 2 forms, both of which are acronyms, DHA and EPA, and I'm going to fuck this up. So normally I would take this out and edit it and make it sound like I'm super smart, but I'm going to try to do it in one fell swoop and pronounce these right. But DHA stands for docosahexaenoic acid, and EPA stands for eicosapentaenoic acid. I actually didn't mess that up as much as I thought I was going to. I'm a little bit disappointed. That would have been funny. But DHA and EPA are the 2 most bioavailable forms of omega-3 fatty acids, and they are the primary fat that, believe it or not, is what makes up your brain structurally. So these fats in particular are super important for brain health because as brain cells do die and they are recycled, you need raw materials to go ahead and construct new ones. And aside from the biological processes of increasing brain-derived neurotrophic factor and making sure you have acetylcholine to connect neurons and enhance the myelin sheath, obviously you want to have the raw materials. And fish oil is going to be the best source of docosahexaenoic acid and eicosapentaenoic acid. So in terms of an easy supplement to get the actual raw materials to rebuild brain structures, fish oil is going to be the best to do so. Now, if you follow a lot of nutrition channels like me, you'll have heard of what's called the omega-3 to omega-6 ratio. And to be honest with you, a lot of unscrupulous supplement companies will use this as a way to market their supplements. And I think it's a little bit unethical, and I'll tell you why. So the reason why is because your omega-3 omega-6 ratio should be essentially with what's in line in natural foods. So if you're eating like a whole food diet, and let's say you're getting fats from natural sources, olive oil, avocado oil, coconut oil, maybe a bit of like grass-fed dairy here and there, your omega-3 to omega-6 ratio in your body should be about, let's say, about 3 to 1. Give or take, depending on the person, depending on your whatever, it's a ballpark figure, right? But the problem is people use this because a lot of times omega-3 omega-6 ratios are thrown off pretty extremely. And the reason why is because of seed oils and processed foods. Seed oils are largely omega-6 fatty acids, primarily in the form of linoleic acid. And so if your diet is consistently, not every once in a while, but consistently filled with processed foods, with restaurant foods, with takeout foods, even good quality restaurant foods, you'd be surprised how much seed oil would be used in most restaurant cooking. And so rather than having an omega-3 to omega-6 ratio of 3 to 1, meaning every 3 times as much omega-6 to omega-3, oftentimes you'll see people have ratios north of 15, 16, 17 to 1. And the reason why is because their diet is largely skewed in, let's call them convenience foods, processed foods, restaurant foods, basically foods that are made for you. And we've gone over a bit of this in my past channel. The reason why is simply because of cost and convenience. And so people will go to that not realizing what the thing is. And so once they find out about this, if they start to go down like a nutrition YouTube rabbit hole, what will happen is they'll start taking omega-3 fatty acids in hopes of fixing that ratio. And the reality is fats in food are far more prevalent than they would be fixed by an omega-3 supplement. So even if you are taking an omega-3 supplement to sort of mitigate that, if you are eating a lot of restaurant food or a lot of processed food, a lot of pre-made food, you will not change that ratio much purely by adding an omega-3 supplement, and companies will market themselves as doing such. Now, believe it or not, your body is capable of manufacturing fats. Acetate, butyrate, there are some short-chain fatty acids that, believe it or not, are made by your gut bacteria by fermenting fermentable fibers, things like inulin, things that are found in asparagus, broccoli, garlic, onion, certain other vegetables. But your body can manufacture certain fats. But these fats, omega-3 fats, are classified as essential fatty acids because they can't be manufactured by the body. They have to be obtained by the diet. And although, yes, in the perfect world, certain meats would be higher in omega-3, like grass-fed beef, as opposed to like a corn or a soy-fed beef, would be much higher in omega-3 fatty acids. The reality is, in this day and age, factory farming and commercial level production of meats is so high that it does pay to get omega-3 fatty acids from a deliberate supplement. So for me, because I'm a hyper freaking nerd, I actually have two sources of omega-3 fatty acids that I take every day. One of which is a very high quality fish oil from a company called WHC. It's their Unocardio 1000. I'll leave a link for it in the description below. And I take 2 of those a day. It gets kind of expensive because by that point a month's supply is like $60. If you can afford it, I think it's a very valuable investment in your health. This fish oil in particular is super high from wild-caught Alaskan fish, and at the same time, it's in a triglyceride form, which makes it much more bioavailable. You'll see a lot of cheaper omega-3 fatty acids being what's called an ethyl ester form. Essentially, it's a processed form of it that allows it to be more shelf-stable, essentially like adding preservatives to something. And if you guys know how I think, I don't like things that are more processed than they should be. Triglyceride form is the most natural form, it's the most absorbable form. Your body will recognize it more, and that's why I do it. So I take 2 of those a day, which equates to roughly 2,600 milligrams of omega-3 fatty acids, and I didn't do the math on the individual breakdowns of DHA and EPA, but you can do so. It says it on the box, north of a gram of each. And then also I take cod liver oil, primarily for the bioavailable vitamin A, and also too because I want to get my EPA up north of 2 milligrams a day, both for cardiovascular and mental health. So I think that it's been a good investment on my end, and it's certainly worked well for me for years. The vitamin A should be making my skin look better, but it doesn't because I'm getting fucking old. But I'd rather be getting fucking old than being fucking dead, so there's that. Sorry, Jordan's wife, for cussing. I tried to hold it down, but I guess the longer I do these videos, the more like over I want to be of them, so I get kind of frustrated. I just start cursing, so sorry, Ashley. I hope you're still enjoying the video, though. So follow my plan or modify it however you want. I just think that these are really important to get in your diet, and obviously find your food from clean, trustable sources that are minimally processed. But one of the causes to my heart is people who are vegan, and I want them to have the same level of nutrition. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a link in the description below for my favorite source of vegan omega-3 fatty acid supplement. The reason why I think this is important, I think vegans need to be specifically deliberate about this, because there are plant sources of omega-3 fatty acids, but they're in a form of what's called alpha-linoleic acid. And in order for alpha-linoleic acid to be converted into doxahexaenoic acid or epipentanoic acid, like is already found in fish oil, there's a biological enzymatic process that needs to happen in the body, and it's incredibly inefficient. So, not to mention the fact that alpha-linoleic acid is also, its absorbability is also hindered by the amount of fiber in plants too. So, it's a double-edged sword in that aspect, so I think you need to be deliberate about it. So, there's a great company called IWI that makes a beautiful source of omega-3s specifically extracted from algae in DHA and EPA form already, and they're fantastic. They've been supportive of the MMA community for years. They've sponsored fighters before in the past, and so they don't give me any money because nobody does, but people I wait on for tables. So I'm going to give them a free shout out because I like the way they do business, and I think that I think their product deserves to be showcased. So either way, go ahead and try to find some omega-3 fatty acids in your diet. Even if you do tend to eat more convenience foods, it'll still help you build up your brain health and cardiovascular health. Still massively beneficial for your overall health. And if you are going to take a supplement, just invest in yourself. Like, health buys you more time, and time is the most valuable thing you have. So take care of yourself and take care of your health. You're valuable, like you are. So that's it for this week, because I don't really want to do this right now, because I just want to sit on cloud nine and just enjoy what my really good friend did, because it's absurd, man. I know you're one of the few people that watch this video, and legitimately, man, I'm just so proud of you. Like, because I've been there the whole time, and the public doesn't see the stuff in the back, in the behind the scenes and stuff, and just to see what you're able to accomplish with this, man, is just it's one of the most beautiful things I've ever gotten to see in person. And like, legitimately, I couldn't be more proud of you. I can't even put it into words. I really can't. It's just too much, I just couldn't be more grateful to have been a part of it, and just to be able to I just can't enjoy it enough, So I hope that you're one of the people that sees this, because if not, this is just going to add to your game mystique. So I love you, buddy. I can't wait to see you soon. But for the rest of you, take your fish oil. Bye.